Hi, so here we are, Group S34, presenting our presentation for this quarantine from our lockdown homes. It's no news that this pandemic actually made people find alternative solutions for their daily life. Similarly, we are here today to give you an alternative solution for metal spur gear wheels. So, what is this metal spur gear wheel? Well, in layman terms, it's a fine mathematical mechanical instrument which is used to transfer power. And they come from different sizes, different types, different shapes, with specific functions, with the main function of transferring power. And as you skip through our presentation, you will be able to see the different images of different metal spur gear wheels. So, if it is such a fine instrument, why do we need an alternative? Well, basically because it has a high production cost, it is non recyclable, and it destroys protective layers of soil while extraction of materials, and it can't be used for long transferring power. It needs a quick replacement, and this replacement, installment, and removal is very complex. Moreover, it uses non renewable resources. So just a moment, we got to know that these materials uses non-renewable resources. Aren't you curious what these non-renewable resources are? Well, to tease your curiosity, they are made of ductile iron, cast iron, stainless steel, brass. As you can see, they are definitely non-renewable resources. And to give you more information about metal spur gear wheels and more about our presentation, my teammate Isuka will be taking on from here. Over to you, Isuka.
Spudges have a wide range of applications. They are mainly used for reduce or increase rotation speed, toe multiplication, resolution, and accuracy enhancements for positioning systems. The tooth run parallel to the GS axis and can only transfer motion between parallel axis gear sets. Spudges mate only one tooth at a time, resulting in high stress on the mating teeth and noisy operation. Spudges can be used to increase or decrease the power of a given object. They are used to this effect in washing machines, blenders, fuel pumps, and mills. In power stations, spudges are used to convert a form of energy into electrical energy. They are also used to increase or decrease speed of an object. In mechanical clocks, they are used to adjust the relative speeds of second, minute, and hour hands. Spudges used in aircraft engines, where they are superior to helical gears and where the noise is not an issue. When we are talking about the properties of metal spudges, we can consider malleability, which means good wear resistance, and brittleness, that means less chance to break as parts. We can also consider ductility, that ability to undergo significant plastic deformation before rupture or breaking.
Here, we'll be talking about why we need a solution, what are the available solutions, and how we chose our best available solution. So, for the first part, why we need a solution. We have divided the metal spur gear wheel into four stages: extraction process, production process, application process, and demolition process. So the problem faced during the extraction process is that it destroys the protective layers of soil during extraction of raw materials, causes a vast amount of environmental effects, and damages building. And during the production process, it is notable that it causes air pollution and sound pollution. And in the stage of application, as noted before, metals per gear wheel have high production cost and they need to be replaced very quickly due to their quick wearing. And as you know, the replacement of metals per gear wheel is not an easy task. And then we have, as metals per gear wheel are made of metals, they are quickly corroded. So these are the application problems. So finally, we come to the demolishing process. Here, it is obvious that these metal spur gear wheels cannot be recycled. So, to talk about the available raw materials, Tusita will be taking on from here. Over to you, Tusita.
Everyone, I'm Tusita. I'm going to talk about the alternatives of this product. We identified three alternatives through this presentation, which are belt drives, chain drives, and rope drives. Let's move on to the belt drives first. Belt drives have a continuous power transmission. The cost of producing belt drives is lower than the other alternatives, and they are very easy to install. Next, let's move on to the chain drives. Chain drives have a high efficiency while working, and they can give more power to the machines. The next alternative is rope drives. They are very smoothly operating. Belt drives and chain drives are very noisy while working, but these rope drives have a lesser noise than the other alternatives. Thank you. Now Vishwani will be taking on here. Over to you, Vishwani.
We selected four alternatives like belt drives, chain drives, pulleys, and rope drives for the metal spur gears. And out of that, belt drives were selected as our alternative since it could skip the doubts of the spur gears effectively. When we are coming to the problems of metal spur gears, high noise and vibration takes the main role. The gear teeth collision is the reason for this. Really, because of this reason, in cars, we don't use spur gears even though it's efficient. Second one is high production cost and high maintenance cost. In here, the maintenance cost goes up as a result of the stress falls on the gear teeth in each time the gear tooth engages a tooth on the other gear.
Hi everyone, I'm Hariharan and I'm here to talk about the topic discussion. Under the topic discussion, there are a few points to talk about. They are the mechanism of the gear wheels, the alternative for metal spur gear wheels, and the advantage of the alternative that we found. Now let us look at these in detail. Gear wheels works in the mechanism which consists of tooth wheel engaging in transferring rotational motion by the use of angular velocity and torque design, and this is also a time-consuming and tedious design. Next, the alternative for the metal spur gear wheels. There are many other alternatives available for metal spur gear wheels, but the most beneficial would be the belt drives. Finally, talking about the advantage. The advantage of using belt drives is that they are easily installed and easily removed compared to gear wheels, and also have a low production cost. Thank you. Now Tusita.
Conclusion. When we are coming to conclusion, at the end of this presentation, we came to a one standpoint. So as the first point, we can show the unescapable disadvantages of spur gears. Here, these advantages cannot be skipped by means of any other method, but we can just deduct the losses to an extent point by using various methods. Unfortunately, this process isn't much successful. Secondly, we identified that there are various alternatives having the same ability of spur gears without the given doubts. Then, by using various books and by going through numerous documents and data sheets, we found that belt drive as the most beneficial alternative. At last, we could select the belt drive as the most appropriate alternative out of the discussed alternatives.